In this video, we're going to do some more practice problems under the KutaSoftware Infinite Algebra 1 free worksheets, and this is going to be the percent of change worksheet. Our directions are to find each percent change to the nearest percent and then state if it is an increase or a decrease. So there's a formula for calculating percent change. That formula is the new value minus the old value all over or divided by the old value. So new minus old divided by old will give you the percent change. So we're starting at 45 feet. So we're going from 45 feet to 92 feet. So our old value is this 45 since that was our starting point. And our new value is this 92. So plugging those numbers into this formula, we're going to do 92 minus 45, all of that divided by 45. Now let me go ahead and get a calculator and bring it over to the screen. Go ahead and enter in 92 minus 45. That's going to be 47, and we're going to divide 47 by 45. This is going to give us 1.04 repeating. 1.04 repeating. So we can just cut that off at 1.044 for now. Now, we have a decimal, but we need to get this into a percent. In order to change it to a percent, we're going to move the decimal place over 2 times. Or simply multiply this by 100. That's going to leave us with 104.4%. Remember, in the directions, it said to round to the nearest percent and state if it's an increase or a decrease. So rounding to the nearest percent, this is going to really be 104%. And it's going to be an increase. So 104% increase. It's an increase because, look, we're starting at a lower value and we're going to a higher value. So we're increasing that value. So for number 1, it's a 104% increase. Number 2, remembering the formula, our old value is 74. So from 74 to our new value of 85. So we're going to do new minus old divided by old. Our new value is 85 minus 74 is our old value, all divided by 74. Now we can already tell this is going to be an increase because we're going up from 74 to 85. But let's calculate that percentage. We're going to do 85 minus 74 and then divide that, so that's 11, by 74. That's going to be 0.1486. So let's go 4 decimal places in this case. 0.1486. So 0.1486. To change that to a percent, we're going to move the decimal place over twice since we're essentially multiplying by 100. That's going to be 14.86, which rounds to 15. So we have a 15% increase. Number 3, from 74 to 75 feet. Our old value is 74 feet, and our new value is 75 feet. So you can tell we're going up a foot. So that's going to be an increase. New value minus old value all over the old value. That's going to be 75 minus 74, which is 1, divided by 74. That's going to be 0.0135. 0.0135, convert that to a percent. That's going to be 1.35%, which rounds to 1%. So this is a 1% increase. Number 4, from 36 to 90. Our old value is 36 and our new value is 90. So new minus old divided by old. New, 90, minus old, 36. 54 is that, and then we're going to divide that by the old, which is 36. That'll get us to 1.5. Convert to a percent, moving the decimal place over twice. Putting in our placeholder 0, that's going to be 150%. So this, going from 36 to 90, is an increase. So it's 150% increase. Number 5, from 94 to 34. Our old value is 94 and our new is 34. So 34 minus 94 divided by our old of 94. We're starting at 94 miles and decreasing to 34. So this is going to be a decrease. But let me show you another way that we're going to be able to tell that it's a decrease immediately. When we enter these numbers into the calculator, we're going to do 34 minus 94. That's going to give us a negative 60. We're going to divide that by 94. That's a negative 0.638. So negative 0.638. Convert that to a percent. And I'll go ahead and round at the same time. It's just going to be negative 64%. Now notice, this is the first time we've gotten a negative answer. That's because when we do the subtraction, we're taking the new value and subtracting the old. And we're going to get a negative number. So we know that when we receive a negative percentage, it's a percent decrease. So this is a 64% decrease. And once we add decrease, we no longer need to include the negatives because they know we're going down 64%. Number 6, from 12 feet to 23 feet. 23, the new value, minus the old value, all over the old value. 23 minus 12 all over 12 is 0.916 repeating. So I'm going to write 0.916. When we convert that to a fraction, multiply by 100, and I'm going to go ahead and round in the same step. We're going to get 92%. So this is a 92% increase. Number 7, from 83 hours to 76. So we're decreasing and we're going to get a negative. Starting at 76, we're going to 83, and that's all over the old value of 83. 76 minus 83, divide that by 83, is going to give us a negative 0.084. So negative 0.084, converting that, is going to be 8%. And that's a negative 8%, so we know that it is an 8% decrease. From 24 grams to 96 grams. So we're increasing that amount, so we can predict that this is going to be an increase. 96 minus the old of 24 divided by the old. 96 minus 24, that's 72, divide that by 24, and we're going to get 3. We need to convert this 3 to a percentage, so we're going to move the decimal place over twice. 1, 2. We need to put in some placeholders so that we can see that this is going to be 300%. And that is an increase. I'll go ahead and stop the video here at number 8. We'll continue on in the next video with numbers 9 through 18, and then finish out with numbers 19 to 24. We're going to pick up where we left off on the percent change worksheet, KutaSoftware. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below. In this worksheet, we're working on percent changes, so the formula we're using is the new value minus the old value divided by the old value. If that gives us a positive number, we know that that was a percent increase. If that formula gives us a negative number, we know that it was a percent decrease. We're going from 20 tons to 99 tons. So 99 is our new value. We're going to subtract the old of 20 and divide that by 20. Go ahead and entering that into our calculator. We have 99 minus 20, which will give us 79, and divide that by 20 to get 3.95. Converting that to a percent, we're moving the decimal place over twice, which is just multiplying by 100. That is going to give us 395%, and we know that it was an increase. So 395% increase. Number 10, from 16 tons to 72 tons. We can see that this is an increase automatically because we're starting at a lower number and reaching a higher number. Our new number is 72, our old value is 16, and we're going to divide that by our old value of 16. Entering this in on a calculator, we're going to get 72 minus 16, divide that by 16, and that's going to be 3.5. I'm going to go ahead and put in a placeholder 0, since I know when I convert this to a percent, I'm moving the decimal place over twice. This is 350%, and it was an increase. Number 11, our old value is 117, and we're decreasing to that 91. We have our 91, which is our new value, minus 117, all divided by 117. So 91 minus 117 divided by 117 is going to give us a negative 0.2 repeating. So that's going to be negative 0.2 repeating. Moving the decimal place over twice, that percentage is going to be a negative 22%. Since this is negative, it's going to be a decrease. So we have a 22% decrease. And since we're specifying an increase or a decrease, when we write that it's a decrease, we can drop the negative because you know that a decrease means we're going down. Number 12, our old value is 188, and we're going to the new value of 42. 42 is the new value minus 188. That numerator is going to be negative, so I can already assume that this is a decrease. 42 minus 188 gives us negative 146, and we're dividing that by the old value of 188. This is a negative 0.776. Negative 0.776. Moving the decimal place over twice, that's going to give us a negative 78%. So this is a 78% decrease. Continuing on to the second page, number 13 is from 362 meters to 156 meters. Our new value is 156 minus our old value of 362 all of that divided by 362. 156 minus 362, divide that by 362, is going to be negative 0.569. Negative 0.569. Converting that to a percent by multiplying by 100, that's going to be negative 57%. Therefore, it's a 57% decrease. 14, we're going to have the new value of 385 minus the old value of 139 and divide that by 139. 385 minus 139 and divide that by 139 is going to give us 1.769. I'll go ahead and round this now to 1.77. So 1.77, convert that to a percent, 177%, and this is positive, so we know that it's an increase. Also, we can tell logically, 139 minutes, we have to go up to get to 385, so it's an increase. In number 15, it looks a little different, but we're just using the label of dollars. So our old value is 328 and our new value is 333. So we're increasing by $5. 333 minus 328 divided by 328. 333 minus 328 gives us positive 5, like I said, and we're dividing that by 328, our old value. That's going to leave us with 0.015. So 0.015 converted to a percent is 1.5%, and that was an increase. So rounding that, we'll get a 2% increase. Our new value is 274. Our old value is 259. 274 minus 259 gives us 15. Divide that by 259. We get a positive 0.057. 0.057. Convert that to a percent by multiplying that by 100. We're going to get 5.7%, which rounds to 6%, and it is an increase. Number 17, our old value is 284 and our new value is 206. So we have 206 minus 284, and this is all over the old value of 284. So on the calculator, 206 minus 284, and that divided by 284. That'll give us negative 0.27. Converting negative 0.27 to a percent, we're going to get negative 27%. So that is a 27% decrease. I'll do one more and then stop the video after 18. So that means the next video we'll finish out this worksheet doing numbers 19 through 24. So our old value is $246 and our new value is $221. So our new 221 minus our old of 246 and divide that by the old of 246. Using our calculator, we'll do 221 minus 246, and we're going to divide that negative 25 by 246. That's going to give us a negative 0.101, negative 0.101. Convert that to a percent. We're going to get negative 10%. So we know that for number 18, we had a 10% decrease. If you need any more instruction on converting decimals to percent or doing percent change, go ahead and check out my tutorial videos, and I'll leave a link in the description to access those. For now, go ahead and like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. In this video, we're finishing out the percent change worksheet. Let me scroll back up to the formula. Remember, the formula we're using is the new value minus the old value divided by the old value for percent change. If you get a negative, you know it's a decrease. If you get a positive, we know that it is an increase. So our new value is 299. Our old value is 309. So we're dividing that by our old value. Using a calculator, 299 minus 309, negative 10, divide that by a 309, and we'll get a negative 0.032. Or we can just write negative 0.03. Negative 0.03, when we convert that to a percent, move the decimal place over twice, or multiply simply by 100. That's going to leave us with 3%, and that's a negative 3%. So we know that for number 19, we have a 3% decrease. And again, when we're writing decrease, we can drop the negative. So this is a 3% decrease. Number 20, our new value is 241. Our old value, or our starting point, is 326. So we're going to do 241 minus 326 all over 326. That's 241 minus 326, which gives us negative 85 divided by 326. That's going to be a negative 0.26. So negative 0.26, convert that to a percent, and we'll get 26. So negative 26%. It's negative, so we know that that's a percent decrease. So for number 20, we have a 26% decrease. Number 21, we're going from 4,048, so that's our starting point, or our old value, to 7,548. 7,548 is our new value. Subtract our old value and divide that numerator by our old value. 7,548 minus 4,048 gives us 3,500, and we're dividing that by 4,048. That's going to be 0.86. So 0.86, converting that into a percent by multiplying by 100, we're going to get 86%, and this is positive, so we know that it's an 86% increase. Number 22, we're starting at 2,150 miles and going to 7,895. 7,895 minus 2,150. Divide that by 2,150, and we get 2.67. 2.67 as a percent, moving it over twice, is going to be 267%. And this is positive, so we know that it's a 267% increase. Also, logically, starting at around 2,000 miles and going up to almost 8,000 miles is an increase. Our second to last problem, we're going from 4,359 to 5,377. So we know that this is an increase. 5,377 minus 4,359. Divide that by 4,359. We're getting 0.23. When you convert that to a percent, we get 23%, and it's positive, and we know it is an increase. So for number 23, we have a 23% increase. Finally, on to our last problem for percent change. We're starting at 5,876, so that's our old value. And our new value is 6,820. 6,820 minus 5,876 will give us 944. 944 divided by 5,876, our old value, will give us 0.16. 0.16. This is positive, and when we convert it into a percent, it's 16%, so we know that number 24 is a 16% increase. And that wraps up our percent change worksheet under Infinite Algebra 1 on the KutaSoftware website. Go ahead, like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments, or if you really just like this video, go ahead and let me know in the comments section.